People need to understand that social media, for the most part, is a facade.
Is it bad that when I see somebody my age talking about being in massive amounts of credit card debt, like people who go on Caleb Hammer and they're like, yeah, I'm in $40,000 of credit card debt, that it kind of inspires me to spend more money on my credit cards? Because I'm kind of...
The first thing I do when I wake up is I throw on my designer jeans that I just bought with my credit card. Then I head into work in my car that costs me $600 a month and takes up 20% of my entire budget.
All right, so it's pretty safe to say that buying anything in 2025 is more expensive than it's ever been. Housing, car loan, you name it. Despite that, you go on social media and you see people flexing all this luxury shit that they bought. Luxury bags, nice cars, new homes. And you're probably wondering to yourself, how is everybody living like this? Well, I found a video that actually explains it. This gentleman's name is Yusuf. Yusuf is a car dealer. You've probably seen his videos all over TikTok or YouTube. Basically, he has people calling him in almost every day trying to get out of their bad financial debt, specifically with their auto loans. Yusuf actually does a great job of explaining why it is that you see all these people on social media flexing.
It's all fake, and a lot of people don't really understand that because unfortunately they're sold on the idea and they buy into the reality. For the better part of a year and a half, my social media pages have sort of followed into a financial literacy slash sharing people's financial experiences and their situations, so that way people can get a glimpse of what's really going on in people's lives. I'm a car dealer. The intention was to kind of show the day in the life of an independent car dealer, show my progression from where I was to where I am and where I want to be, etc. But I have sort of used that momentum to sort of help people propagate and make better financial decisions for themselves from listening from other people's experience and mistakes, so that way you may be captivated by it and think twice before you get into a bad financial deal, whether it be a car, whether it be a mortgage, whether it be a credit card. And unfortunately, no matter how many times I post these videos, no matter how many times I give advice, 9 times out of 10, consumers will be consumers and they will probably do something that won't benefit them in the long run.
All right, so right there. This is a car dealer. This is a business owner. This guy makes money off of consumers. People come in and they want a car, he sells it to them. That's how he makes his money. If a car dealer is telling you that y'all are buying way too much car and not putting yourself in a financially smart position in the future, you know shit has gotten bad. Usually car dealers are the ones encouraging you to purchase the car. He's been on here trying to discourage people from buying the types of cars that they want because they actually don't need them in reality.
It's just the reality that we live in, and people need to understand that social media, for the most part, is a facade. When we log on to TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, we are inundated with people's lives that are perfect. We are inundated with the idea that if you do this, you will reap this. And just because somebody has the success does not mean it is easily replicable.
And this is the thing. People will go online after they've seen a bit of success. They will literally post their lifestyle, all the lavish things that they're able to afford now. Nobody's posting the amount of times that they had to fail to even get to that position in the first place. So it warps your sense of reality and makes you think that, oh, it's just easy. Everybody's out here getting to the bread. But in reality, they're not showing you what it actually took to get there.
You have to understand that you are being bought and sold into an idea that most likely isn't something that you will be able to cultivate or come to fruition, whether it be buying into a car, whether it be doing a business idea, whether it be renting cars, whether it be buying a house, doing real estate investment. All of it is part and parcel to understanding your situation, because it starts with you.
And that's a very key point. Your situation. Not everybody is living the same. It would be unrealistic for somebody to post a $100,000 car and be like, this is how I'm living, for you to think that you can go out there and get the same when you're still living at home with your parents, just to flex for social media. Ain't nobody coming to help you make those payments on that 100K car. It's all you.
We can't blame the banks, we can't blame dealerships, we can't blame the credit card companies, we can't blame our exes, we can't blame our wives or our husbands or our girlfriends or boyfriends. We have to hold ourselves accountable for our decisions. And you would be surprised the amount of celebrities that have contacted me, the amount of people who have notoriety that seem that they are very well financially off, that seem through the realm, through the social media lens, that they have an enormous amount of wealth, that they make the best decisions for themselves. They contact me to get them out or to get advice on their bad situation they have with their vehicle, whether it be negative equity, they're making high payments and they're catching up to them and they just don't have a way out. And that should be a reality check for you guys. Just because somebody seems to be doing well does not mean that they're actually doing well. And that is, again, a song that has been sung over and over again.
So this isn't new information, right? We should all know at this point that social media is a facade and not everybody is living how they say. Everybody's going to try to look like they're out there getting it when they're not. And in reality, most people are struggling in 2025. Even your favorite celebrities are struggling to pay for these luxury items. Your favorite celebrities. If they can't afford it, what the makes you think you can?
Let's take that for face value and make better decisions. Having some emotional self-control will probably do the most change in this economy, in this society. The reason why I post these videos again is to give you a glimpse on when people are sold into the idea, but they're buying the reality, meaning that they think if they do this, it'll be best for them. And unfortunately, they don't think long-term or mid-term, and they are stuck with a high payment, high interest auto loan that is caught up to them, and there's no other way out. And there's many situations where you can see people have extensive negative equity, the vehicle has some mechanical issues, their credit is ruined from missing payments and whatnot. So it's a cyclical cycle. And unfortunately, to break this cycle, we have to all hold ourselves accountable and then hold each other accountable by promoting the fact that the reality of these things isn't necessarily the idea that you bought into it. And most likely, the person that you are seeing make it work is either one, very lucky, very hardworking, has grit, or two, just selling you the idea so that you can buy into their idea and they can profit off of you.
All these social media influencers or these people that have courses or whatever that preach, oh, you just have to follow these 15 steps and I guarantee you'll get to right where I am in life. How naive do you really have to be to believe that?
Unfortunately, in this day and age, in this society, there is no more grit, there is no more hard work. As soon as the going gets tough, people want to bail, and that mentality puts people in a very bad situation because there are solutions to your bad situations, which people put themselves into depressing debt and they feel stuck. And as you can see, whether it be buying a car or getting a credit card or going into business or getting a business loan, it all has the same fundamentals, and we all need to hold ourselves accountable.
The solution is stop buying shit you can't afford. For real. Stop letting your emotions take priority in your financial situation, right? Stop letting how you feel in the moment dictate how your finances are going to play out. You don't need to go get Uber Eats. Buying groceries is cheaper than eating out, despite what people online will tell you. But the problem is people don't know how to separate their emotions from their finances and spend on a whim. And that's why we're in the situation that we're currently in.
Make sure that we are taking the time to educate ourselves. We got to stop blaming the past. We got to start blaming other people. It is us. There is enough information for us to digest. There's enough information that has been broken down to such an elementary level for everybody to absorb that you can now make better decisions for yourself once you have taken the time to educate yourself.
I can understand if you weren't taught finances in school. I wasn't taught finances in school because it really isn't part of the curriculum. However, YouTube University is free. You can learn anything on YouTube, including how to smarten up on your finances. There is no excuse. We live in the day and age of information. And for whatever reason, people have the information and they're just choosing to completely disregard it, thinking that they're special and that they're going to be able to figure it out. Reality check is you will not figure it out. That shit will get repoed from you if you cannot make the payment. These things happen.
It is for the better of you and your family. If you want generational wealth and not generational pain, you're going to have to stick to the idea and understand the reality and understanding that it's a long-term play. Yes, some people get lucky and get short-term benefits, but it may not last long. And if it does, congrats to your success. But you have to understand that is not the norm. All in all, let's make better financial decisions, and let's make better decisions that help us mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it may be.
And that last point that he makes is a very important one. If you have to make changes that are best for you personally and your financial situation, and if that means cutting out the drinking, cutting out going out to meet with friends at clubs, going out to eat and leaving expensive tips because you don't want to look like a cheap ass, all these things need to be eliminated for you to get to the place that you need to get to in life. But people don't understand that anymore. They want to be able to have fun, take advantage of what they want to take advantage of, and also have money in the bank. It doesn't work like that. Sacrifices need to be made.
I get 17, 18-year-old kids who email me saying, Yusuf, because of your video, I didn't get the BMW. I bought a Honda. It's only $300 a month. And when I graduate college and I become a computer engineer, I'm going to get an expensive car. Or the family who has bad credit, is just going to thug it out and go buy a cash car and get themselves into a better financial decision. This is progression. This is progress. This is how we make a better society all around, rather than just trying to find a solution short-term, band-aid the problem, and then at the end we will blame everything but ourselves because the bank sold me this loan, or I can't believe the dealer uses sales taxes on me. I'm a dealer. I am here to make money. I am not against profit, and I tell people all the time, if you come into my dealership and I have educated you on the consequences, the possibilities of what you're about to get yourself into, and you still, a grown person, make a decision to go into it, I am going to take that money all day.
Literally, it's his job to make money. And if he's going the extra mile, and the crazy thing is most dealers won't do this and tell you why it's a bad financial situation. They're going to gas you. They're going to make you feel like you're getting a crazy deal. They're going to make you feel crazy good about buying this car that you definitely can't afford. But he is letting you know, looking at your finances, that maybe this is not a car that you can afford. And those people, after hearing that, say, I'm going to buy it anyway. And then people get mad at dealers for selling the car. It's like, bro, he was going to buy this car. He or she was going to buy this car anyway. So if they're going to go to another dealer and buy it, I might as well get the chicken for it. I'm not even mad at that.
Is it bad that when I see somebody my age talking about being in massive amounts of credit card debt, like people who go on Caleb Hammer and they're like, yeah, I'm in $40,000 of credit card debt, that it kind of inspires me to spend more money on my credit cards? Because I'm kind of like,
when you see somebody online in copious amounts of credit card debt, it inspires you to go out and spend money you don't have that isn't yours. I don't understand that logic. Never in my life have I ever seen someone in copious amounts of debt and thought, how can I get like that? What, are you joking? This has to be satire.
damn, I could be going so much harder. Like, I'm over here stressing about my little bit of credit card debt. I'm pinching pennies. I'm saving my money. And like, you're like $20,000 in credit card debt. What did you even do? What did you even get? You probably got everything you ever wanted. And I'm over here denying my, like stressing out over buying myself a cup of coffee. And you're in thousands of dollars in debt.
That's how crazy social media is. It will literally have you thinking that people who are spending debt are really living. They're not. When in reality, this girl's doing everything that she needs to do. She feels bad because she sees other people not doing what they're supposed to do. And on the surface, it seems like they're having more fun. We all know what that debt comes with. Not being able to sleep, waking up at 2 a.m. with heart palpitations. My credit card debt goes over $500. I'm sweating. Over $500, I'm sweating.
What am I doing? Like, maybe I'm not enjoying my life to the fullest.
This is the problem. People think that just because in the moment they're not spending everything that they have, every day is not the most exciting day that they've ever had, that they're not living their life to the fullest. Sometimes days are boring. There are some days where nothing of significance happens. And guess what? That's okay, because that's life. But no, social media will have you thinking, damn, this person's on a jet ski. Like, why haven't I been on a jet ski? Why am I not on a jet ski right now? Oh, this person just got the new G-Wagon. Why am I still driving a 15-year-old car? Why am I not living like that? And it's like, all right, one last video, and then I got to peel because this shit's starting to piss me off. But this is basically how a lot of you are living your lives.
The day in the life of a middle-class brokie. The first thing I do when I wake up is I throw on my designer jeans that I just bought with my credit card. Then I head into work in my car that costs me $600 a month and takes up 20% of my entire budget. On the way to work, I stop by Starbucks and I get myself a $6 coffee. I get a call from my friend inviting me to go on vacation with him and a couple other buddies, and even though I have some credit card debt, I decide to use my credit card to book the trip. Then it's off to lunch at my favorite restaurant, Chipotle, where I eat every single day because who has the
Where you literally can't get a meal for less than $15. Think about that.
time to go grocery shopping, cook, and clean up after themselves like an adult. Right now it's March Madness, so instead of being productive at work, I decide to place a few bets and lose $50. By the time I get home from work,
Good old
I
parlay.
am beat, and even though I do have some food in my fridge, instead of cooking up dinner, I decide to hop on to Uber Eats and order myself some grub. I love that they partnered with Klarna because it means that instead of spending $25, I can spread out my payments to $10 across 4 months. Then I hit on the delivery girl. I end my day scrolling Instagram telling people that it is impossible to get ahead in this economy.
This is a lot of people. It might even be you watching it. No shade. And the funny thing about this is this is such a accurate representation of how the average American my age will spend his time and money. The amount of friends that I have that bet on parlays constantly. The amount of people that I know that Uber Eats every single night. The amount of people that I know that have a $600 to $700 car payment for an SUV when they are single with no kids. Things might be crazy expensive. Some of y'all are not making it any easier on yourselves. And that mentality where, oh, all these other people are in this crazy debt, so it's okay if I'm just in this amount of debt, is what's going to keep you in debt in the first place. I hope you guys learned something from this video. That's basically all I got today. This is starting to piss me off, so I have to leave the internet. Appreciate you guys if you made it this far. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.